So whenever it is program memory, then it is read only memory. So basically port 0 and port 2 is used for the interfacing purpose. So first, address latch enable is connected to 8-bit latch. External access bar pin is used. Program stop enable is also there. So we need to find out the addresses for the address bus. So port 0, so port 0 and port 2 is used. So basically port 0 is for finding out the lower order address bus, and the P2, that is port 2, is used to find out the higher order address bus. So port 0 and port 1 are dedicated to bus operations during external program memory interfacing. Port 0 serves multiplex bus and which outputs lower order address bytes of program counter, which can be referred as a PCL. Address latch enable activates the latch's lower order address to externally connected hardware latch. Lower order address is A0 to A7. Port 2 pin is from A8 to A15, present the higher order address byte of program counter, which can be referred as a PCH. Now 16-bit address is ready for accessing memory locations in the EPROM, and with the help of program stop enable, the code byte is read from the microcontroller. So this is the way to interface the external program memory. Whenever we are talking about the program memory, then always remember that program memory is read only memory, so ROM is referred as a program memory. Now we'll discuss about the external data memory interfacing. So this figure shows the external data memory interfacing. So the left hand section contains 8051 microcontroller and the right hand section contains random access memory. Whenever we are talking about the data memory, then remember data memory is always random access memory, which is read and writable memory. So again it has P0 and P2 ports as usual, but in this it has two additional signals, that is WE and OE. So what is WE? It is nothing but the write enable, and OE is output enable. So how it will work? When the CPU executes from internal ROM, the port 0 serves as multiplex address and data bus for RAM. Now three pins of port 2 are used for addressing A8, A9 and A10 lines of RAM as shown in figure. These three pins are used as that is A8, A9 and A10. These three pins lines are used to address the RAM. RAM is divided into 8 number of pages with 256 bytes per page. So CPU generates read and write signals required during external RAM, and remaining 5 pins are used as a simple input output and simple input output port. So this is the way how external data memory is interfaced with 8051 microcontroller. Now we'll discuss the addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller. So there are total 8 addressing modes. First one is direct, indirect, immediate, register, relative, absolute, long and index. So direct addressing mode, in this addressing mode the 2 bytes opcode and the address is already mentioned in the instruction itself, that's why it is referred as a direct addressing mode. Example for this is move P2 comma A. In this instruction the contents of accumulator is transferred to port 2 and the port address of 2 is A0, so it is automatically inserted second byte of instruction. Next one is indirect addressing mode. So the instruction operates on data pointed by the content of register R0 or R1. These are the single byte instruction. An example for this is sub A comma @R1, which subtracts the data pointed by the contents of the register R1 from accumulator with carry. Next is immediate addressing mode, which is 2 bytes in size. The instructions with this mode are 2 byte instruction. The first byte is opcode and the second byte is operand. So the operand can be numeric constant, arithmetic expression, or a symbolic variable, which is denoted by hash. Example for this is ANLA comma hash 56. It means that the content of accumulator are logically ANDed with the 56. Next is register addressing mode. In this addressing mode, the data specified by 8 register. So there are total 4 register banks, and only one out of 4 register bank, only one bank is selected by setting RS0 and RS1 bit. So example for this is ORLA comma R4. So data in R4 is logically, the data in R4 register is logically odd with the accumulator. Next one is relative addressing mode. So this mode belongs to same jump instruction. The offset is added to the program counter, and then it is started from newly formed register. Example for this is JNZREL. In this instruction, the content of accumulator are checked for 0. If it is not 0, then program counter will jump to address label REL. Sixth one is absolute addressing mode. The two instructions ACALL and AJump belong to this addressing mode. So these two instructions are from absolute addressing mode. Next one is long addressing mode. The two instruction LCALL and LJump belong to this instruction. These two instructions are 3 bytes instructions. The next 2 bytes form 16-bit address, which gets loaded into the program counter. And last addressing mode is indexed addressing mode. From that, it contains instructions like JMP @a plus dptr, move ca comma @a plus dptr, move ca comma @a plus pc. These kind of instructions belong to indexed addressing mode. The base register containing 16-bit address is added with an offset of 8-bit to form new effective address. The content of accumulator are treated an offset value in these instructions. So these are the indexed addressing mode. So these 8 modes are used by 8051 microcontroller. These are the addressing modes. Now last topic from this unit is instruction set of 8051 microcontroller. So now we'll discuss about the instruction set of 8051. So first group is data transfer group. From that, these are the instructions: move a comma rn, move a comma direct. These instructions are basically for transferring the data. So each instruction must be described in this format. First one is the instruction format. Next, description, how much bytes are reserved or used by the particular instruction, then example of that instruction, and the one line description for that instruction. So these are the instructions. As we have already discussed the addressing modes referred by 8051 micro